Three men stand on an airport tarmac, each with a gun pointed at the other two. Between them sits a bag holding $25 million. Only one of them is planning to walk away with it, and only one of them actually knows who's about to betray who. To understand how three men who once trusted each other ended up here, we need to go back 5 days. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will explain the 2010 heist thriller movie, Takers. At the start of the film, two detectives, Jack Wells and Eddie Hatcher, raid an apartment to arrest two criminals. Wells catches one, the other slips clean through Hatcher's fingers, even though Hatcher is supposed to be one of the best on the force. Keep that in mind. This is the same man who's about to become their biggest problem. Meanwhile, across the city, a 5-man crew calling themselves the Takers walks into a federal bank. Not together, separately, at different times, so nobody notices a pattern. Two dressed as delivery men, one posing as staff. Their gear sits hidden inside a box carried straight into a floor under construction, where nobody's around to ask questions. The quiet mastermind here is Gordon. Every decision in this operation runs through him. His crew, John, AJ, Jesse, and Jake. Jesse and Jake are actually brothers, by the way. Gordon and John take the elevator down and blow it with C4. Every guard watching the CCTV feed turns straight toward the smoke, which is exactly the point. While their attention is elsewhere, Jake and Jesse drill through the vault door. 3 minutes on the clock before police could show up. Then, a bank employee tries to be clever and hits the silent alarm. One of the crew catches him mid-act, presses a gun to his head, and forces him to announce the robbery live to the police himself. Word spreads fast enough that a news chopper rushes in to land on the roof, because as always, being first with the story means a ratings win. Except, the guard directing that chopper down, also one of them. Gun drawn, the whole crew boards and vanish into the sky, before police even reach the door. Later, they torch the helicopter and scatter. No evidence, no trail. As they're leaving, one of them turns to the camera and gives it a cocky little salute. Remember that salute, it's going to matter. Cut to a prison. A man named Ghost walks free today, after 5 years. The same 5 years he refused to give up a single name from this crew. As mentioned, loyalty like that isn't something the others forget easily. Ghost, in fact, is an original member. He and Gordon built this entire operation from nothing, back before any of the others were even involved. His first stop out of prison isn't home, it's a Russian gang. You've arrived at exactly the right moment, their leader tells him. Ghost just smiles. I planned the whole thing while I was locked up. What exactly that plan is, we'll find out soon enough. He tracks down the crew and drops the real bomb. In 5 days, an armored truck carrying $25 million will move through the city, and he knows the exact route. The Russians handed it to him for a cut of the take. Gordon hesitates. Too soon after the last job, too much risk, and this crew has an unwritten rule about waiting at least a year between jobs. But Ghost pushes back. This route only holds for 5 days, and money like this doesn't come around twice. Where the risk is big, Gordon finally says, the reward is big too. The crew agrees, but quietly, Gordon tells the others to keep an eye on Ghost. Something about him feels off. Getting the explosives goes sideways almost immediately. AJ gets scammed by the supplier and jumped by 3 men at once. Turns out AJ is an incredible fighter. 1 punch down, 1 thrown onto a table, 1 arm twisted and kicked to the ground. By the time John and Ghost arrive, the terrified supplier is handing over every last brick of C4 just to stay alive. Meanwhile, Wells is closing in from the other direction. The bomb used at the bank traces back to a supplier tied to the Russians. A raid, a shootout, 1 arrest, and a burnt subway map recovered from the wreckage. Digging further, he connects Ghost's release date to the exact day of the robbery. He starts tailing him, and that's when he sees Jesse give that same cocky salute from the CCTV footage. His eyes go wide. Now he's certain. This is the crew. The plan for the truck. Blow open the road above the subway tunnel it passes over, drop it straight into the crater, grab the cash, disappear underground. As mentioned before, Gordon isn't fully trusting Ghost, so on his orders, John watches Ghost's every move through a sniper scope, ready to drop him the second something looks wrong. The truck is late. Panic starts creeping into the radio chatter. Then it appears, alongside a decoy. Ghost, disguised as a traffic cop, waves it straight toward the tunnel. The charges detonate right on schedule. but a cyclist crosses the road at the worst possible second. The truck brakes just short of the mark. Guards spill out, guns blazing. The whole plan is seconds from falling apart. John doesn't hesitate. He drops the sniper rifle, jumps into a truck, and rams the armored vehicle straight into the crater himself. Tires blown out, he crashes on top of it. The crew moves in, tears the door open, and hauls out bag after bag of cash. Final count, $19 million, the biggest job this crew has ever pulled. Wells and Hatcher race down into the subway and spot Jesse running with a bag of cash. He ditches it and keeps running, straight into a hotel kitchen, where Hatcher finds him. Guns raised, neither backing down. Jesse fires first. Hatcher dies in Wells's arms, asking him to look after his family. Here's a twist that changes everything, though. Wells later learns Hatcher had actually taken money from criminals, all to pay for his sick son's treatment. One impossible situation, one wrong decision. Since he died in the line of duty, the department quietly buries the evidence, letting his family keep his name clean. With the money secured, the crew gathers at a hotel to split it. But behind a closed door, Ghost is on the phone with the Russians, cunningly convincing them that Gordon is holding out on their cut. He's turning both sides against each other on purpose. Think about it. Sitting in a prison cell all those years, Ghost had plotted this entire scheme from day one. Let both gangs wipe each other out and walk away with the whole fortune himself. The Russians storm the room, guns blazing. AJ holds the line alone, buying time for the others, and goes down fighting, taking every one of them with him. In the chaos, Ghost slips out through a bathroom window. Jake and Jesse return to their room and find their girlfriend, Lily, dead. The money gone. They know exactly who did this. Burning for revenge, they grab their weapons and step outside, straight into a police blockade already surrounding the building. Neither surrenders. Neither survives. As mentioned earlier, greed doesn't just end a heist, it ends families. One confrontation left. Gordon calls John, who tells him Ghost is going after the last of the money held with their financial manager, Scott. And that's exactly where it plays out. At the airport, right as Scott is about to board a private jet, Ghost shoots him and grabs the final bag of cash. That's the moment Gordon and Wells both arrive. 3 men, 3 guns, the same standoff we opened with. Ghost brings up an old betrayal, but before he finishes the sentence, everyone fires. Gordon and Wells both go down. Ghost moves in to finish Gordon off, and John shoots him from behind first. It's over, finally, for Ghost. John gets Gordon and his sister into the car, the bag of $25 million beside them, and drives straight for the airport. One goal left: get out of the country before the police catch up. And that's where the story of Takers leaves us. A crew that survived a bank, a Russian gang, and the police, only to nearly be destroyed by one of their own.